Hey guys, Dude here, and today, as you can see, I am playing some more Blox Fruits on Roblox, and of course, I will pick a side as I do every single time. Pirates, let's go in as a pirate. So yes, I'm still here in the Tiki Outpost. I really hope that they will update this game soon, and at this point, I mean, I just want them to add the fourth sea, like seriously. Maybe like a new place, I don't know. They said something about, or they mentioned something about the submarine guy over here having his own location, or like, not the submarine guy, but like the submarine actually going somewhere. You know, this place that they added in a pretty recent update in the Dragon rework, where there is this submarine with this NPC over here that it will supposedly lead somewhere, or maybe to like a new location. I don't know. I haven't watched all of it because I'm pretty sure it was like some video, and I haven't read all of it either because they do have like that Blox bulletin thing where they actually talk about stuff, which is great. It's really better than nothing, and I'm glad they also you know, just make videos in general talking about the next update or whatever. But I don't really watch them, I don't really read the stuff because I just don't, I don't know. I honestly should though, like seriously, but it's whatever. I do still have the pain fruit, and I'm so close to unlocking torture. So this is the last attack and ability for the pain fruit. I have been using the pain fruit for quite some time by now, and I have to say, like, okay, so everyone else, like, let me just say this, everyone else says the pain fruit is bad, or at least a lot of people. And while I do kind of agree, the only way it could possibly be considered bad is if you look at it here. So wait a minute, the pain fruit is over here. Okay, so it's pretty expensive, I do have to say, in terms of Robux, and probably normal money in the game as well. But other than that, okay, the rarity as well, I think it is a legendary fruit, which is quite a high rarity, and it is pretty expensive for the fruit itself because, let me just say, the fruit is pretty basic. Like, it's nothing special, but that's only if you compare it to all the new fruits in the game, especially all the new reworked ones, which basically are considered new because it's just literally everything about them is, you know, changed from the old versions, and all the, you know, effects and everything is just crazy much better. So yes, this fruit is very basic compared to all of the other fruits in the game that are either new or definitely more recent and reworked. So I guess this fruit could be just in general a good amount cheaper, and maybe like an entire rarity lower, or, you know, if they want to, they could just rework the fruit and make it a lot better, and it could stay the same exact rarity and same exact, you know, expensiveness, or they could increase it, but that wouldn't be too good. They shouldn't just start increasing the, you know, expensiveness of everything just because it's reworked and better, because, you know, there need to be some bad fruits. But if they won't rework this fruit, which I think they might, I don't know, I think they should though, they really should, just to add new effects to it. It doesn't even have to be a good enough fruit. Like, the effects, I don't know, some crazy stuff, make it look good. It already looks pretty decent, but of course nothing special, as I've said before, especially compared to all the new fruits with the crazy insane effects, which are satisfying. Like, literally the Dragon Talon fighting style itself, which was recently reworked in the Dragon rework update, it looks a lot better. I mean, these effects, you know, the fighting, or like the attacks and abilities themselves of this fighting style are just so much better. They look cooler. Why is this NPC getting stuck? But yeah, I don't know, they should really rework the pain fruit, but it's definitely not the worst fruit in the game. I would say the worst fruit overall is the control fruit, only because the attacks and abilities sometimes missed, or they just didn't work at all, from my experience and when I used it. But I don't know, it's a mythical fruit and it's pretty expensive, so that's literally the reason why I say it's bad and the worst in my opinion. And I've literally used every single fruit in Blox Fruits other than so far as of recording and uploading this video. The Yeti fruit, which is literally the last fruit left for me to use in Blox Fruits that I've never used before so far, until they add more fruits in the game, which hopefully they do soon, because I really want to use more fruits, and it's honestly exciting, especially with all the new fruits, because all the new fruits are just so much better. The new effects, they're crazy. Like, they're all unique as well. It's not like what it used to be. Like for example, I have the fruit right now, the pain fruit, which, I mean, I don't know how old it is specifically and exactly, but it definitely is not as new as, let's say, I mean, the dragon fruit is also a bit older, but it just got reworked, so it is kind of new. But let's say like the gas fruit, that's a new fruit. It looks crazy. Now that's a transformation fruit as well, so you transform, so of course it is cooler. But the pain fruit isn't a transforming fruit. At least I don't think. There's no way this is a transformation. No, it's probably not. Okay, I don't know how that NPC got to a whole different location compared to all the other NPCs. Okay, and of course one of them lands on the roof. Very annoying, but whatever. Here we go. Come on. One more attacking ability here and eliminate them. I think it'll only go up like 2 levels, right? Yeah, 2 levels makes sense. I mean, I'm still close to getting to mastery level 300 for the pain fruit, and then I'm basically like fully done with the pain fruit. Of course, unless you consider fully done to be mastery level 600, which I guess it could kind of be considered fully done after that, but that's insane. Like, that's literally a bit over double this mastery currently, which is crazy. That is just way too much grinding. What I consider a finished fruit is just, you know, all the attacks and abilities are unlocked, so basically the mastery is high enough to have unlocked all of them, and then if they can be awakened with raids, you know, it's fully awakened. That's what I consider fully finished. Because mastery level 600 is just crazy. It is so difficult. You would have to keep grinding. It's not even difficult. It takes a long time. I guess that could kind of be considered as difficult or hard, but it's just, you keep doing the same thing over and over. You keep grinding with the NPCs, which isn't too bad. I guess it's boring for some people. But like for me, for example, I literally switch out of fruits quite a lot, especially since I've literally used every single fruit in this game currently, other than the Yeti fruit. Alright, there we go. Until they add more fruits, which hopefully they do soon, as I have said before. Alright, here it is. Torture. I hope it looks cool. Oh, that is interesting. Oh, what is happening? Wait a minute. What is this attack and ability? Okay, so it is pretty basic, I have to say. Although it is a different color from all the other attacks and abilities, because these have like white effects and even kind of black ones. Wait a minute. No, it's just white effects. Okay, but the first one seems to have like black effects. Yeah, some black stuff coming out of it. And then this, of course, teleportation, also white effects. So it's a pretty basic fruit, I have to admit, as I've said many times before. But with this attacking ability, it might not be as basic, but it still looks pretty basic. I don't even know what to say, because that goes far. Like, that attacking ability goes far. I have no idea what this does. I mean, hopefully it does damage, but if it does anything special, maybe not. I have no idea. Wait a minute. Okay, torture. What is happening? That is garbage. Okay, that is garbage. I might now actually understand. Okay, but wait a minute. Okay, there's no way that's it. Although, there is a way. That is so depressing. I still think the control fruit is worse. But if that's actually all that the torture attacking ability does, unless you can hold it somehow and it does something special, I don't know. Alright, so you hold it and I don't know if it's charging up. Probably not. What is this? Okay, what is this fruit? So it just keeps going. Alright, but does it at least do a lot of damage? Like, oh no, what is this? And why is the regeneration time so long? So, yes, I do know that this fruit is definitely not one of the newer fruits. But, I mean, this is not good. Like, I expected the torture attack and ability to at least, I mean, be a bit better. It doesn't really matter. I don't care, or I wouldn't care if it looked crazy or anything. But as long as, I don't know, it would be something different if it just did more damage. But it's kind of sad, let me be honest. For mastery level 300, this is not the best. But I don't know. Is it the worst? I really don't know. The control fruit, in my opinion, was worse, because some of the attacks and abilities just didn't work whatsoever. Unless it was just because I was here under the ceiling over here. Basically a ceiling. Okay, how did this NPC survive? That is crazy. How did that NPC actually survive? What is the pain fruit? Okay, it's still basic. It's still decent, but the last attack and ability could have at least been something cool, something crazy. It's literally 100 entire mastery levels above the other one. Pain nuke, whatever. Pain barrage, and then heavy pain. torture. So is it torturing the NPCs, or is it torturing you by making you grind all the way for it? And it's just like, I mean, I don't even know. What does it even do? Okay, it's a pretty high range, but like, so it keeps going, but it just stops. I think it stops too early. It should go a lot higher. I think it should keep going till like 10,000 damage has been dealt total. I mean, it's not that bad. It is a pretty unique attack and ability because it goes very far, like extremely far. I've tested it out and it goes so far. It's insane, but I don't know why you would actually need it to go that far unless you're attacking some boss or some player for fun. I don't know, and you're very far away and you don't want to be that close at all, but that's very far. So that's like one of the only positives about the torture attack and ability, other than, I mean, okay, it keeps doing damage afterwards as well, but I think it should do like at least double the amount of damage, because if it keeps going, you know, it's not too fast, nothing too special compared to all the new fruits. But I don't know, it's really not, it's not horrible, but it's just, I expected it to be better. And wait, does it only target one NPC? That is depressing if it only targets one NPC. There's no way. That is so depressing. I despise and hate attacks and abilities in this game that only target one NPC. Like, come on. Okay, aren't there supposed to be like 2 NPCs here? Let me damage this one so they keep going after me and they don't just stop for barely any reason. Alright, so I think there were supposed to be 2 NPCs here, but okay, never mind. Of course, he's by the wall. He's by the wall. Does he normally spawn here, or did he just go here after me? Alright, that is interesting. So, let me see. I really don't know what to say. Can I at least fully eliminate these NPCs with just the Pain Fruit? Although I did do damage to them with the normal attack and ability. Dragon Talon for the fighting style. Alright, come on. I'll just get them with this. I don't even know. I mean, I'm not too dissatisfied with the Pain Fruit. I think it could be like 1 rarity lower and a good amount cheaper if they were to change it. Unless, of course, they do rework the fruit, which then just doesn't matter. They can keep the same rarity and expensiveness as long as the fruit is actually a lot better overall. But I don't know. I mean, this fruit isn't the worst, but it's definitely not the best, like for sure. If I had to rate the worst fruits in the game in order, well, first of all, I don't know, but the worst one in my opinion and from my experience is definitely the control fruit. That is the worst fruit in the game so far for me because, you know, it's just a mythical fruit and it's so expensive, and the attacks and abilities sometimes literally miss, which is insane. So it doesn't even do the bare minimum. It really doesn't do the bare minimum at all. But the second one would probably be this one, honestly, also because it's a legendary fruit, so, you know, pretty rare, pretty expensive as well, but it's just nothing special compared to some of the other legendary fruits. Like, every single other legendary fruit in this game is just better. It just is, which is absolutely insane, but it's whatever. It still does its job. It's decent. Let me actually see for sure. Okay, I don't know how that NPC gets knocked back so far, but let's see. Can I fully eliminate an NPC with this fruit just by using the attacks and abilities? And I think I literally cannot. Let's see, without using my, you know, or literally anything else, like my attack, and my attacks and abilities for my fighting style or anything like that. That is insane. I literally cannot just use the fruit, all the attacks and abilities, to damage the NPC and eliminate them. That is insane. And self-repel, of course, doesn't do any damage, which sucks. I think it should. Like, it's just teleportation, so it's still kind of cool, I guess, even though it could go a lot farther. Like, it doesn't go too far, I guess, but it's better than nothing, but I don't even know at this point. The Pain Fruit, it's mixed for me, because it's good and bad. It does its job, unlike the Control Fruit from my experience and in my opinion. And it does damage, so it's good enough, but at the same time, mastery level 300 required to unlock this attack and ability. That is not that good compared to other attacks and abilities for other fruits in this game. Although, yes, I admit they are newer, they are better, all the effects are crazier and a lot cooler, so I guess that's kind of an excuse, but not really. I don't know, they should just rework this fruit straight up, and the Control Fruit, of course. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video right here, and honestly, unlocking the Torture attack and ability, at least I unlocked it in the first place, and I've tried it out. It could be better, I think, for such a high mastery requirement. At this point, they should just lower the mastery requirement by 50 levels. It should be mastery requirement like 250 at most. Of course, that's literally exactly what it should be. I don't know. They should lower all of these, honestly. This should be like, I mean, I think 100 is good for this, but this should probably be 150 and this 200, or I don't know. This could stay, but this for sure should be a lot lower, like at least 50 levels lower. So Torture should be mastery level 250 requirement, in my opinion, unless they, of course, rework the fruit and make it a lot better. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to end this video right here. Bye, subscribe, and leave a like.